guy came up to me and was like, I know somebody in BTS. Like, that was supposed to make me want to jam my tongue down his throat.
Wow. Hey guys!
Hi!
We are back with Bailey.
Did you miss me?
So she made a video explaining to everyone about how to study abroad here, her experiences studying abroad in Korea, and she kind of like lightly touched on some of the interesting people she's met being like a student here, some that she hasn't really met being a teacher here. So I thought it would be fun to hear that perspective, because I think we're all familiar with the term Koreaboo. And, you know, I have met some people who maybe like borderline a little like too obsessive, but I feel like I haven't really met anyone in person that was like super like, I love Korea so much, I will marry my oppa, you know? Like, I feel like I've never really met anyone. So I'm ready. I want to hear everything.
Where to start? Okay, back home in America, I feel like there's a lot of like, that's probably where like most of those videos of like the Koreaboos are from. I feel like those people are very harmless.
Just like in their bedroom in like another country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with, you know, I was that way about like One Direction. I might have been that way about like EXO when I first learned about them.
Take it all the way back. I was like that about NSYNC.
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's nothing wrong. There's like always that negative thing about like girls freaking out about something, but it's healthy.
It's normal.
It's normal.
I mean, and guys do that too with like sports or like, you know, stuff like that, and it's not seen as like, oh, he's fangirling. It's just like he's a fan. But there are people who take it.
There are people who do it a little too much, and I got to see them very up close and personal in Korea. When I was a student here, I think the last video I mentioned that I was in the English Society for a bit, and those were the kind of people, usually like the foreign girls there were like, not all of them, of course, just a few of them that like.
It's always just a few.
It's always just a few.
It's not everyone.
I think they like came to the English Society to, you know, get close to Korean guys and who could speak English or who tried to learn how to speak English. But I remember like after our first or second meeting, we went out to a bar in Sinchon, kind of like a mini MT. We were just kind of like drinking and talking. But by the end of the night, a girl was like yelling at another girl for dancing to Twice. There was nobody in the bar besides us. Like, there was no reason for her to like be embarrassed.
She was embarrassed.
No, it was something different. But her friend was yelling at her because, no, we don't dance to Twice because they're not the girl group that we want to emulate or whatever. Like, she didn't use the word emulate. She was drunk, but she sat there and was explaining, because like obviously that drew a few, you know, stares from the Koreans, like, what's wrong with Twice? Because everyone loves Twice, like, why not? She was explaining, and she like went into like a lecture mode, and she explained Twice is, you know, not talented, and we didn't come to listen to Twice. Or
she was like really serious.
She was really serious, and she was explaining to Korean boys, like there was this one Korean boy that she was heavily explaining this to, like, Twice does not have talent. But it was really weird to hear her say that, and that was about the time where I like put my drink down and I was like getting my wallet out and I was leaving. Like, I was not there to sit there and listen to that, because like, you know, that cringe that you feel, I felt it in my heart. I looked at her, I looked at them, and I was just like, what are you doing? What's happening?
Saying that like group that's incredibly famous in this region of the world is not talented. Like, what?
There was that Korean language intensive program that I was in. I was in the second level. I was in like the top of the second level, which still isn't like great, but you know, I'd only been studying Korean for like a year at that point. I would walk past the beginner levels and they would all be playing BTS on their phones and like dancing around. And, you know, they're beginners, but they definitely know the word like oppa. And they were like dancing to the lyrics of the songs, and it looks kind of like the things that you would see like middle schoolers doing in their bedroom, but they would definitely like be the ones taking pictures of themselves next to Subway ads, which I think is a very telling thing, is when you like see a Subway ad, which are everywhere. They're everywhere. There's nothing special about them, but they see like their favorite idol or whatever. I've seen people like scream when they've seen their
Oh
favorite idol in the subway, and they run over.
Not
and they're
like the actual idol, like a poster.
No, it's a poster. It's like celebrating their birthday, or like, yeah, it's just like a picture, a 2D image in the subway.
Yeah.
And they would go and like they'd take like selfies with it. Just like the way that people would talk about idols and stuff when I was just like, you know, chilling in class. And like there was one class where I took, it was mostly foreign people, and I would just like, you know, sit there and kind of listen to what people would say, and it was like really dirty about like some people, like about like some celebrities, and
sexually.
Yeah, like
how people talk on the internet, but like
but in real life,
people to actually talk.
Yeah, but in real life, because you know, being around other people who are like that kind of like brings out something weird in people, I guess. So I would see that just like walking around and stuff. I remember one girl, she was with her group of friends, and she was like talking about a member of, I'm pretty sure it was BTS. Most of these girls were obsessed with BTS at this point, and I think it was, she was talking about like Jungkook. She was just talking about marrying him, or like referring to him as her husband. And this is where I like developed my like foreigner avoidance procedure as I'm like in public, because I didn't want to be around people who were talking like that.
I've definitely noticed since BTS has gotten like really famous, there's been guys, like Korean guys on Tinder, who have put in their bios like stuff about BTS in English, because most likely because of girls like that she's talking about who they have the like, they just like love idols so much, but then it makes it like the Korean guys think that like, oh, if I say like I like BTS or something about then BTS, then I can like get this girl to get it. Yeah, like really easily. And maybe that does work, I don't know, but whenever I see it, oh wait, I saw there's a Korean guy on Tinder and he posted something and it was like, I can be your Jimin or something like that. Like what? Like what girl would be like, yes, and he's just like a normal looking Korean guy. Yeah, getting very like confident because of K-pop fans. Anyway,
yeah, and I would hear this a lot too. Girls who would like date Korean guys while I was a student, they would compare their boyfriends' looks to like an idol.
Probably didn't look like them.
Probably not. No, nobody.
Me and Chet have both said this many times. You know, idols are idols for a reason. When you walk outside in Korea, like of course there's like attractive people that you will see occasionally, but it's just like back home, like they're just like average people everywhere. Be
kind of like a bragging point for them to have Korean friends, or to like go on dates with Korean guys. There was definitely like, when I would go out at night, you can do whatever you want at night, that's like your prerogative, but I would definitely see girls who would have not so great motives. They would just like go up to like any Korean guy and like immediately start making out with him. And yeah, like I get if you're like drunk and you're like looking for stuff, but it wasn't the greatest thing to witness. There was a time where I went out, guy like came up to me and was like, I know somebody in BTS. Like that was supposed to make me want to jam my tongue down his throat.
Wow.
And I said,
he doesn't know anybody.
Yeah, he does not know anybody from BTS. And I was like, that's good for you.
That's great. And I see like just the fact that guys are like do that, no,
that means that girls have like responded positively to that in the past. And I'm just like, I just kind of want to like sit them down and like brush their hair and be like, you gotta stop, because this is like a country of people.
This happens back home too, but it's just that it's in a like a foreign country where we are like visibly not Korean. Because a lot of them like don't know that many foreigners on like a personal level. They kind of lump us all into one like stereotype that they've either they've encountered or they've like seen in the media, whatever. And a lot of guys here think of foreigners as just being like really easy,
white horses,
and just like they don't really take us seriously. It's probably because it's like a lot of this, you know, like it's not like Korean girls just go up to guys and like start making out with them
because bars, they, in the certain lighting, they look like Pet Monster or something. Oh my god, yeah. Especially now, like I have a boyfriend, I sometimes like it's still kind of like in the back of my mind, like, you know, what do people see when they look at us? Like what do they see when like they look at me? And it's like, is she just like, you know,
a K-pop fan.
Not to be like, oh, Koreaboos have made my life so hard. But at the same time, it's just kind of like,
you know, just chill a little bit. And I know, like, people should enjoy what they enjoy, especially when it's not hurting anyone else. But I think, again, it's just that we all get lumped into one category when we're here as foreigners. So I know, like, even myself, like, I do like listening to K-pop, but I'm not like a super fan, you know. I just like enjoy it. And there are some groups where I like do know like all the members' names and stuff like that. Like I know like in the past we've gone to some K-pop festivals, and I've just kind of felt like I don't want people to think that I'm only in Korea because I like this type of music, you know.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing that you get a lot of times. People will just be like, so what's your favorite group?
Yeah,
they'll just like assume.
They just assume.
Like, I spent like a lot of years of my life trying to like learn as much as I can, like,
actual like
about
language and culture and stuff like that.
It's okay to enjoy it, like you said, but it's like repercussions of it because it's so many people and they're
coming, like people are coming a lot from all different countries, and like that's great for Korea too, because they're getting like more recognition just as like a country and like what they're like capable of doing within the music industry. But you know, just like chill out, just be chill.
Yeah. If you come to Korea, don't go to the English Society's MT and corral the president of the organization and get him to try to call you Nuna when you don't speak Korean. That happened. That's why I didn't have fun of MT. It's because I saw that and I was like, I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking anymore.
Alright, if you have any experiences like this, just let me know in the comments. I
know that we're not alone.
Yeah, I think this is so interesting. Just you know, let us know anything that you want to say in the comments.
Let it off your chest.
Yeah, you just release these feelings. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Bye.